Now, if you've already completed working with the header.php, working with the footer.php is going to be pretty much the exact same thing. We have footer.php as the fallback. We can create custom footers, and we have some special code that we need to put in our footer in order for WordPress plugins and even our theme to function properly. So let's jump in and look at the code we need for this. All right, so to start, we're going to grab everything that comes after the close of our page. So anything that we want to be consistent from page to page, I'm going to cut this out, and at the same time, I'm going to do get footer because I know I'm about to create that footer.php file. So now I can create a new file and save it as footer.php. And then we could paste our code in here, closing everything up. And before everything closes, before the end of the body tag, we're going to put in WP footer. And this is the same thing as the top. The main difference is that a lot of times people put their JavaScript includes at the bottom of a page, so they could have all the main content load, the HTML, the CSS, the images and things, without freezing up and waiting for the JavaScript to load, because it can prevent the rest of the page to load. So the footer one is going to have a bit more JavaScript. And if we come back into our site now and refresh the page, notice that now our toolbar up top is working. And the reason for this, if we open up our inspector and come down into the footer at the end, is that, let's see, we've got our JS admin bar loading, we've got our embed working, and we've got some other stuff down here as well related to the admin bar and all that stuff. So that's the reason that that is going to work now. Now, just like we did before, we can have custom footers. So let's create a footer-splash as well. And I'm actually just going to come into my header splash and copy this same message and paste that right there. And we'll change it to, don't forget to sign up. We'll pretend we're selling them something. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now, if in our index, all we would have to do to load that is, let's just say splash and splash. And so now if we load our site, we could see we've got the special message at the top, the special message at the top, and the special message at the bottom. And so that's how our footer is going to work. It's pretty basic. And there is a lot more that we could flesh out to this. And in another lesson or two, we are going to start adding in some more markup to make our page look how we really want to. But before we do that, I want to throw in a few more things into the get header. So now that we have this page set up, let's go ahead and turn our attention back to the header to look at adding a menu and one or two other little tricks that are nice to have in there. Of course, if you're following along, you should at this point now go and set up your theme that you're working on, just like this one. As we've done, try setting up a custom one, try removing it, make sure that that works properly, make sure you get that WP footer in there. And then also in your own theme, go ahead and play around with a custom footer, a default footer, all of that. You kind of know the drill, hopefully, at this point, and it's starting to get into a routine and you're enjoying exploring all this.